So today we're going to discuss about how to write the Jenkins file. So Jenkins file is a text file that stores that pipeline as a code. Jenkins file is a text file that stores that file as a pipeline as a code. It can be checked into SCM, source code management, on your local system. It enables the developers to access, edit, and check the code at all the times. It is written using the Groovy DSL, domain specific language. Jenkins file is also known as pipeline as a code. In another word for Jenkins file will be pipeline as a code we used to call. Jenkins pipelines can be defined using a text file called Jenkins file. You can implement pipeline code as using Jenkins file, and this can be defined using a domestic language DSL. With Jenkins file, you can write steps needed to running a Jenkins file pipeline code generally. The benefits of using Jenkins files are you can request pipelines for all the requests with just one Jenkins file. That means you can create a file that is a Jenkins file. That file can contains all the steps which are required for to run the job. You can review your code on the pipeline. Directly we can check it on the pipeline. So where the code is working fine and also we can check there. You can audit your Jenkins pipeline. This is the singular source of your pipeline and can be modified by the multiple users. Jenkins file can be defined by either web UI or with Jenkins file. Like the code can be written in the Jenkins file and we can store it in the GitHub one way. Another way, we can create a pipeline in the Jenkins and we can directly put it over there and we can test it directly also. Both the options Jenkins will support. There are two types of syntax used for defining your Jenkins file, that is declarative pipeline and scripted pipeline. This is the two methods, scripted pipeline and declarative pipeline. Then why do we need to use Jenkins pipeline? What is the use of Jenkins pipeline? Jenkins pipeline is implemented as a code which allows multiple users to edit and execute the pipeline process. Jenkins pipeline is implemented as a code which allows multiple users to edit and execute the pipeline process. Pipelines are robust, so if your server undergoes an unforeseen restart, the pipeline will automatically resume. Nothing but you are running the pipeline, but in between your server went stop or something. Upon you start the server, right, then the pipeline where it stopped right earlier, before the shutdown, that place it will be resumed. You can pass the pipeline process and make it wait to resume until there is an input from the user. Jenkins pipeline supports big projects. You can run multiple jobs and even use pipeline in a loop concept also. Following are the Jenkins pipeline concepts. So majorly any Jenkins file you can take, these four keywords will be common. Remember the Jenkins file, standard Jenkins file, these four keywords are there, right? It is written here. This is common. You can see there following are the Jenkins pipeline concepts. Pipeline first keyword. What is meaning of pipeline? Pipeline is a set of instructions. Pipeline is a set of instructions given in the form of code for continuous delivery and consists of instructions needed for the entire build process. With pipeline, you can build, test, and deliver the applications. Node, the machine on which Jenkins runs is called a node. That means in which server Jenkins is running, right? That place we'll call it as a node, we'll call it as. Generally, think about logically, a node block is mainly used in scripted pipeline only. Remember the word node keyword only available or we need to write in scripted pipeline only. This in the above we discussed, right? There are two types of pipelines are there. One is scripted pipeline syntax, another one is declarative pipeline syntax. So the second method which I am saying, right, that is second one, scripted pipeline syntax. Then what is the things are coming under in the declarative one? Declarative pipeline consists of pipeline is a keyword. The first keyword is that pipeline. Pipeline keyword will be there in the pipeline. Then scripted pipeline contains of the node. Then we have stage, consists of series of steps in a pipeline, that is the build, test and deploy process all come together in a single stage. Generally, a stage block is used to visualize the Jenkins pipeline process. Next, we have a step. A step is nothing but a single task that executes a specific process at a defined time. A pipeline involves series of steps. A pipeline involves series of steps. Like this, we can write a code. Scripted pipeline code can be write like this. First keyword will be node will be there, then open the curly brace, then we have a step, then we have a stage, then within a quotes we can mention the description of the stage, then we can put up the content over there. Okay, we'll experiment that. This will wait for a while. Manage Jenkins. So here's system. So here we need to change the URL. Okay, please save. Okay, then let me show you how to create the pipeline. First we'll write the scripted pipeline, then we'll go for declarative pipeline. Okay, so here new item, I'll give the word scripted pipeline hyphen 6 p.m. Here we need to select the second one, pipeline, then click on OK. Then same name I'll give for here also, description, discard old builds, number of builds to keep 1 day, maximum builds I'll keep 3. Do not allow concurrent builds, abort the concurrent builds. Concurrent means parallel execution. When I'm executing, other person cannot able to execute. It will be waiting. Then GitHub project. Here I can able to add the repository URL. Any one of the repository, not this repository, like any other repository. This one. Code. Rest HTTPS one. Copy this one. We can add it here. Then pipeline speed durability override maximum slowest. Preserve stash from the completed builds. One stash and not required. Parameters not required. Then come little bit down. Here we can write a pipeline code. So first I'll start with a keyword called node, curly brace, stage is stage, one dot. First I'll say clone the repo. First phase I'll say clone the repo, sh sh so git git sh git space clone clone space. I can paste this URL so that it will going to clone the repo. Before that I'll explain here echo. This is the first stage, cloning, cloning the repo. Similar way, come to the next here, stage 2, build the job. I'll just say echo build job sh mkdir -p my folder. I'm trying to create some folder, ldr folder, stage 3, testing phase, echo phase stage, deploying stage, echo deployment, Okay, like this we can write.
The font size, sir. I can't see that font.
I'll paste the code.
Okay, okay.
So I'm apply and save I did. First I'll test that whether it's working fine or not. If it's working, then I'll paste the code with you guys. Let me build that.
Sir, industry, which one is used mostly?
Both can be used. Declarative also can be used. Scripted also can be used.
Depending on the requirement, you mean to say?
Correct. It's still running. Okay. Console output. Cloning into okay. Already get installed, but why cloning is taking more time? Okay, some problem with this seems to be. Configure. Okay, I'll make this repo as a private. This is not possible. Okay, let me take another repository. Public repository. Okay, fifth one is successful. Clone the repository. Cloning is done here. Then one folder created. When I do ls, there could be folders are reflecting there. Then we can do date. Then we can see uptime. Then many things we can able to view it there. Let me share the updated code with you guys. Like this, you guys can clone. Next, similar way, like let me explain the code what I written. Maybe easily we can understand this. There is so much complexity there. Can you guys observe here? Node is the keyword. Stage, stage after that we can put in the quotes, and echo command can be used. Echo command you guys already developed in the Linux command. Then sh is the keyword we need to use. Then after that we can put normal Linux commands only here. Here the things which you're going to put, right? This is normal Linux command only. I'm trying to install Git, but Git already installed. If it just checking installed or not. If it's not installed, it will not install. If installed, it won't install anything. Then suppose if this folder already there, Jenkins CI/CD folder, it will going to delete. If it's not there, then it will going to clone from this repo. That's the first stage. Second stage, build the job. Build the job. Just I'm given the echo message mkdir -p folder name I'm giving. This will going to create the folder. Then stage 3, testing stage, testing phase stage. So then I'm getting inside the folder. Then stage, deploying the stage, echo deployment. Some comments are wrote ls-al. Then date, uptime, date. Like this, some comments are given. Those comments output you can able to see that. That is declarative. Similar way, we can write a scripted pipeline also. Let me a new item. Declarative pipeline -6 p.m. Pipeline, okay. Here we can put discard old builds 1 day. 4 lakhs I'll keep. Current to builds. GitHub project. I can add the same URL which I have here. Maybe this one. All good. Here I can write the code. The keyword which we'll use is pipeline. Pipeline agent any STAGS stages curly base stage bracket quotes 1 dot updating system is steps sudo yum update -y s echo some files. mkdir -p incoming message. Like this we can create. Let me check this. Here only more curly braces will come. That's it. Let me build now. We'll see. What will be the output of this? Failed. Why it's failed? Console output. Pulling about minus y. Okay. Okay, some errors due to that. Configure yum operate minus y is here, right? We can give yum install minus y tree. First failed. Okay. Console output. Okay, this installation done. Installed. Getting for script due to earlier error. So what is this error here? Okay, so here I need to correct that some errors are there. Third one is successful. Console output. We can see all the listers, date command, calendar command output is printed here. Last how many times logged in, everything is getting up. Okay, we can use this code for a declarative pipeline. Okay, so but how did we wrote this code? Means only curly braces are there. Just we need to understand the syntax. The syntax is a groovy syntax. We are calling it as groovy is the language which you are using. Look at guys here. Pipeline is a keyword. Then agent any, like where you want to run. I want to run in any of the machine. stages will come. Inside the stages, stage will come. Inside the stage, steps will come. That's a sequence. Inside the steps, we need to put the commands. Then this stage is completed here. This is the first stage. Same way, second stage. Whatever you want, you can write. Third stage. What you want to execute, third stage. Like this, multiple stages we can able to put up. As I updated, right? Multiple stages we can able to put up like this. Okay, that's about the.
Explain about that. Any agent in the sense server, no sir?
Nothing but like right now only one server is there, right? Jenkins server, in that only. But in future there's another concept called Jenkins master slave architecture is there. There, along with the Jenkins server, we'll be creating 2 more servers. That time you need to decide that where you want to run the job. Is it Jenkins server you want to run, Jenkins slave machine you want to run, where you want to run? That is called as a agent any. Instead of any, we'll give the server name. But I'll show in the next class that would be.
You mean to say server in the sense Jenkins server, proper Jenkins server? Any other means either dev or either testing machine?
Testing machine, or maybe agents we're going to call agent machine, anywhere you can run.
Okay.
Okay. This is about the declarative and scripted pipeline syntax. Is that here? This is the one. Like this we used to write stage, steps, then curly brace like this. Then we have a matrix-based security strategy will be there. Matrix-based security is one of the authorized strategies available in the Jenkins. It allows you to grant the permissions to users and groups. You can give permissions to overall level, slave, job, and run and view and same level. Like this is the one which you given first class when we started the Jenkins, right? That time we granted the permission, and this is the permission we granted to everybody. Then we have a Jenkins multi-branch pipeline will be there, and master slave architecture will be the 2 concepts we left out that will be continued in the next class. So that means right now we directly wrote the code and we put up in the Jenkins console itself, right? In the next class, what we are going to do means we are going to I mean to say like we'll in the GitHub we are going to create the file name called Jenkins file. The same code we'll gonna update it that in the GitHub, and from the GitHub that the URL will use and we'll clone that URL and we're going to build the job. That is called as a multi-branch pipeline. We have a multiple branches will be the dev, QA, production like that, right? Make using that branches we're going to be executing. That's we'll discuss in next class. 2 concepts we'll have to multi-branch pipeline and along with the master slave architecture that we'll discuss in the next class. Okay. Any questions or confusions, please let me know.
So in industries they use multi-branch with client server architecture.
Client server architecture. That's the slave master architecture, right? That one. Because if right now we have only 4 or 5 jobs only, but in the company there are 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 like the jobs will be there, right? So Jenkins only one server is there. One server is not sufficient to execute that many jobs, right? That's the reason.
Correct, yeah.
In the next class, we are going to create Jenkins slave servers. 2 or 3 slave servers can be created based upon the requirement. So the master server will guide to the slave servers. So please execute this job. Please run this job like that. Master never run job next time onwards. So far what we learned, we ran, that's enough. But in the next class onwards, we won't run any job on the master. Where we're going to run? In the slave machine we are going to learn. We are going to run.
Slave servers in the sense this one dev, pre-production and testing machines.
Correct. Like this we're going to create. So first if you want to deploy it on the dev server, we'll pass a tag called dev. If you want to do it on the QA server, we'll pass it as a QA like that.
Okay, got it, sir.
Cool then. If no questions, we'll wind up here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.